How's it going, everybody? Welcome to We Do Tech. So in today's video, we are gonna get our daily dose of RGB thanks to the Ballistix Tactical Tracer RGB memory, which was provided by Syntech. Now, RGB memory isn't anything new to the gaming market, but however, what Ballistix has done here is still make RGB look awesome, but make it more affordable. So the Tracer RGB memory does use a micron silicon, which is available in 8 and 16 gig modules and kits up to 64 gigs. So a standard system with around 4 memory modules will be able to have a crazy 64 gigs of memory. So you can pretty much open as many Chrome tabs as you want and you won't feel anything, which I'm usually guilty of doing. I have just massive amount of Chrome tabs open, but luckily with 64 gigs, it's not really gonna bother you. Now, along with the size, you do also have larger speeds with 2666 MHz and 3000 MHz for an increase in performance. As for the module themselves, just like the tactical name implies, you get a cool armor design with a clean two-tone silver heat spreader with a black PCB. At the top, you get the white diffused light bar that allows for clear and even light spread from the 16 RGB LEDs in 8 zones. Now, installing them, of course, is all simple, just like you would any other memory, and after applying your XMP overclock, all you need to do is either go download the Ballistix MOD utility for Windows, or you can just use your motherboard's integrated RGB software. So taking a look at the Ballistix MOD software, which stands for Memory Overview Display, you can either sync all of your modules together, so if you do have more, you can control them individually there. For your effects, you do have a few you can choose from here, for example, shift, you have that. You have your gradient shift, which is just a bit different there. You have your full, which is going to fill it up like that. You have your stack, which is going to go from top to bottom and then start back up again. You have your double stack, which is pretty much self-explanatory there. You have your standard breathing effect, which again you can apply the speeds to if you wanted to, really slow or really fast. You do then have a motion point, which is going to motion up and down. You have your in, side, out, self-explanatory there as well. Your color step, which is going to do a funky effect like that. Then water wave or color bleeding. You do have that where it's going to bleed from the inside out. Then flashing, standard effect there. And then static. Also for a lot of these effects, you can choose the colors, either green, blue, whatever. You can choose between a bunch of different ones. And then also some of them you can apply a rainbow effect or rainbow color too. And then you can also choose your standard or advanced mode. So in advanced mode, you can actually control each LED individually or each zone individually on the modules. So for example, like this, you can have like a crazy rainbow Christmas tree thing, or you can just use all of them again and make a single one and play around. You can do crazy stuff like that. And then also for the advanced mode, you only have 3 effects to choose from: flashing, breathing, and then static. Now, a feature that really makes the Ballistix Tactical Tracer memory cool is that you can actually take out the current light bar and then 3D print your own to personalize it to your system. So for the modders out there, here is definitely a reason to take a look at these. Now, unfortunately, I'm not really cool enough to own a 3D printer, so I can't really show you guys what I would have done, but rest assured it would have been totally epic and it would have probably ruined the entire thing because, yeah, that's just the kind of stuff I do, so. But moving on to performance, even though 8 gigs are still enough for most games these days, 16 gigs is quickly becoming recommended for higher quality, and the same goes for speed in certain games. Not all games do you really need the faster memory, but in a more CPU demanding games and higher spec systems, you do need that extra speed to increase your FPS. In certain games, the faster 3000 MHz memory did increase FPS between 5 to 10%, but also again in some other games we saw less than 5% increase. So it is going to depend on the games you play and then also on your system, what specs you have. Higher spec systems kind of do need the faster memory to keep up, and also depending on Intel versus Ryzen. Ryzen do usually like the faster memory. So I do usually recommend going for 3000 MHz memory just because it's right there in the sweet spot between the 2133, which is low spec, and the crazy 4000 MHz memory. It's right there. Don't pay too much, but still get all of the needed performance. So with all of that said and done, not only does the Ballistix Tactical Tracer DDR4 RGB memory look amazing and perform really well, but also pricing wise it is more affordable than most other RGB memory available in the same speed and size. So then if you are looking to get some of these Ballistix RGB memory for yourself, definitely go check out Matrix Warehouse if you do live here in South Africa. Finally, again, a big thanks to Syntech for supplying the memory for this video. And if you guys didn't know, Syntech is a distributor of a bunch of different tech products here in South Africa. One of them, of course, being our memory. Also, just a fun fact, they were actually the first company that I ever worked with. So I kind of have a small place in my heart for them there. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment like always. Also, again, I will leave all of the links in the video description if you want to buy it or check out some of the specs and so on. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will check all of you next time. Cheers, guys.